Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, and here to highlight some Steam game deals. These are deals under $5 and $10 available directly on Steam, so you don't have to go to a different e-tailer or anything like that. I know some of you guys like to do all your shopping in-house on Steam, and hey, more power to you if that's what you do want to do. Let's get right into it. Got about 10 deals to go over, and let's get started with a Ubisoft game. Assassin's Creed Rogue is 70% off for $5.99. Look, as much as people do not really dig Ubisoft these days, some of their older Assassin's Creed games I really do enjoy. And Assassin's Creed Rogue was one of the super underrated Assassin's Creed titles, given that its release timing was just not great. It was actually a last-gen, at the time it would be last-gen, PS3 360 game by the time the PS4, Xbox One were out, and it didn't even have a PC release initially because, like, they wanted to pop off with Assassin's Creed Unity, and Unity had a lot of issues, and then Rogue ultimately got ported to PC about 6 months after its initial release. It was a great game, a really, really great main character. The story was pretty good. It wasn't, like, super lengthy, but overall, really did enjoy the game. Naval combat was well done. For $5.99, I think it's a great buy, and if it is one of those Assassin's Creed games you missed out on, I would say circle back and give it a look. You'll have a good time with it. Next up, a couple of JRPGs to mention. Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth Complete Edition is 80% off for $9.99. You get both Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth and Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memory. Two pretty lengthy JRPGs for $9.99. That's a damn good price. And I grew up watching Digimon and playing a lot of the Digimon games. Like, one of the very first PS1 games I played was Digimon World 3. So I have a lot of nostalgia attached to Digimon. I'm sure a lot of you guys do as well. But mechanically, this is a well-made turn-based JRPG. And again, you're getting two games here for the price of $9.99. Yes, there's a lot of retread as far as the content goes, but worthwhile to go through both, and for $9.99, great price here. Next up, another Bandai Namco JRPG, one that I adore and one that I think is super underrated. SCARLET NEXUS is 84% off for $9.59. Guys, I love SCARLET NEXUS. I think this game is so underrated. I thought it had a great soundtrack. Art style was great. Likable characters. Combat was enjoyable. The one point of contention that I would have is a lot of the narrative is told through, like, visual novel stills. It has some cutscenes for the higher impact moments, but a lot of it is told through these visual novel style scenes, obviously limiting the budget of the game and so on, but $9.59 I still think is a damn good price, and I would strongly recommend it. So definitely, if you're a JRPG fan, check it out. Next up, we have a Western RPG, Dragon Age Inquisition, Game of the Year Edition, 85% off for $5.99. Damn good deal for Dragon Age Inquisition. I feel like this was a little bit more of a mixed-received Dragon Age title. I thought it was really good, and I really thought it was BioWare's last truly great game, and after this release, I feel like BioWare has just been completely washed. In my honest opinion, I think BioWare is the most washed studio, the biggest fall from grace of any studio, and there's been several. Rocksteady, even Naughty Dog, but I think BioWare is just on another level as far as falling from hefty heights. Hopefully Dragon Age Dreadwolf can bring them back on track, but Dragon Age Inquisition, I thought was a really solid game, a lot of content. Visuals still look damn good for a game that is a decade, yes, a decade old at this point. Combat was enjoyable. Overall, had a great time with this, and $5.99 for the Game of the Year edition. I think it's a damn good price. Definitely do check that out, and I think, again, well, BioWare's last truly great game, in my opinion. Next up, here's a game that I absolutely love. Control Ultimate Edition, 75% off for $9.99. Truth be told, I think this is the best game from Remedy. I know a lot of people will disagree with me on that, and hey, you're entitled to your opinion, and I'm entitled to mine, as controversial as it may be. I thought Control was a really solid game. Narratively, obviously, it's got that Remedy kind of all over the place kind of game feel, but it comes together nicely by the end, and I thought the gameplay was just really enjoyable. I would definitely give Control a look. $9.99 I think is a great price, so definitely give that a look. Next up, while Dead Space is seemingly getting shelved, you could still circle back and try out Dead Space 2 if you played the remake. Dead Space 2 is 80% off for $3.99, which is a fantastic deal. I thought Dead Space 2 was a damn good game, just as good as Dead Space 1. Maybe some of the survival horror elements, waned as far as it being a scary quote-unquote game, but I still thought from an action gameplay standpoint it was excellent. Narrative was compelling. Really dug Dead Space 2, and, hopefully we get a remake someday, and hopefully Dead Space comes back to the forefront, at some point, but it might take another decade like it did with the remake, so that's a little bit of a bummer. Next up, a lot of attention around Hades 2 right now, but hey, if you don't want to spend the 30 bucks, if you never played Hades 1, now's a great time to do so as it hit a new low price on Steam, 66% off for $8.49. I didn't get into Hades as much as a lot of other people, and I really do want to put more time into Hades before I jump in and buy Hades 2. I'm not in a ridiculous rush anyway. It's in early access. It'll get better. Certainly if the price goes up and they announce a price increase for Hades 2, I'll buy it. But no, I'm still going to wait on it. But 66% off for Hades 1 is a great deal. Slick art style, incredibly replayable. I have buddies that have spent over 150, 200 hours in this game. And I certainly haven't spent anywhere near that time. But what I did play, I really did enjoy. And it's just one I got to invest more time into. There are so many games to play that Hades is just one that I haven't given as much of a shot as, and I played quite a bit of it, it's just like not enough of it, but $8.49, the game's got 232,000 reviews and 98% positive. That's like absolutely staggering, so check it out. Next up, quite possibly the best deal running right now, and whenever this deal is available, I gotta give it a shout. Mass Effect Legendary Edition, 90% off for $5.99, all 3 Mass Effect games, all of the DLC content, $6. This deal is the epitome of highway robbery in terms of you robbing the developers and the publisher in terms of how much value you get for your dollar. Don't worry, EA is going to be fine. I just used that, you know, as vernacular. But, yeah, Mass Effect 1 through 3. Mass Effect 2, obviously, considered by many to be one of the greatest games of all time. And I am certainly of that ilk in terms of that line of thinking. Mass Effect 1 absolutely does show its age, but still a worthwhile game to go through. And Mass Effect 3, I think, is really good as well. Ending aside, $6 for all 3 games is fantastic. Next up, we got Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, 90% off for $3.99. Thought Jedi Fallen Order was a great game, atrocious map design aside, and I don't mean the actual world, I mean the map overlay. It's pitiful, it's terrible. The combat's great, visuals are great. This is the introduction to Cal, who I think is a great character. And story's pretty good, and like I said, most part elements of the game are really good. Platforming, puzzles, all of that is really well done. There's one puzzle in particular that's not so great, but overall, $3.99 for Jedi Fallen Order, no-brainer there. Jedi Survivor did get added to EA Play, and it is on sale for $31.50, so still quite expensive, but you guys know how much I like Jedi Survivor, atrocious port aside, which is kind of something big to put aside, but I digress. Lastly, want to give a shout out to Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered, 80% off for $5.99. I really enjoyed Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. I thought it was a great arcade racer. Just really invoke that element of fun that you want out of an arcade racer. Soundtrack solid, decent visuals, and a decent amount of content as well. For this price point at $5.99, I think it's a pretty good pickup, and I would give that a look as well. That's going to do it for me. Links to all of these deals will be in the description box below. As always, get it, a lot of you guys already own these games, but what can I do? I can only recommend the games I can recommend. So that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. As always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.